Unpopular opinion, I just had to say it. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you don't mind this little change of scenery. Just wanted to switch things up a bit. If you are new here, hello, my name is Claudia. I make lifestyle journaling and vlog content here on YouTube. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about my spring favorites. So we're going to talk anime, TV shows, films, and products. I will have timestamps linked in the play bar as well as the description box so you can click to find what you want to watch. And just a heads up, I will be grouping all the anime either in film or TV. And for the film and TV categories, I will be giving you a brief synopsis of the story and then I'll tell you what I loved about them. And yeah, this video is going to be a long chatty one, so grab a drink, grab a snack, get comfy, put this video on whilst you're journaling or getting ready for your day, whatever floats your boat, and let's begin. Let's begin with television. So in this video, you're gonna realize how big of an anime lover and anime watcher I am. You're gonna see this list and you're gonna think, wow, that's quite a few favorites of just anime. And yeah, you should see my watch list for this season. I watched a lot. Anyways, we're gonna start off with the show Normal People because that's the only show that's not anime. Normal People is a 2020 Irish drama TV series that is based off of the novel of the same name, which is written by Sally Rooney. The story is about the relationship of two individuals. We've got Marianne Sheridan, who is played by Daisy Edgar Jones, and Colin Waldron, who's played by Paul Mescal, as they navigate the complexities of adulthood from their senior year of secondary school to their undergrad years at Trinity College, Dublin. What I love. Normal People is such an absorbing, beautiful, grounded and real show. I think the reason why this show is so breathtaking and heartfelt is because of its writing, its direction, and its acting. The dialogue is so good. I had to buy the scripts to this show because I just could not get enough of the writing. Let me show you the scripts actually. Here we are, the screenplays of the whole season. Great read, great show. The directing style is gorgeous. I love how the camera captures like the intimacy, the personal thoughts a character has, the things left unsaid, the glances, those little moments that make a big difference. And of course, the actors are fantastic. I feel like this show does a great job in portraying coming of age, in how twisted and complicated growing up is, how fragile we can be, how misunderstandings can be such catastrophic emotional landmines, and how our relationship with ourselves can determine the tone of our relationships with other people. What I also love about this show is its portrayal in sex. What Normal People does so brilliantly is how they use sex scenes as a continuation of the dialogue. Just like how talking is a conversation of ideas and messages, so is sex. The way it's shot, the way they talk or not talk while it's happening, it all has meaning. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about this show. Please do check it out. Now onto anime. So the first one I have is Jujutsu Kaisen. This dark fantasy action adventure supernatural show is about a high school student named Itadori Yuji who joins a secret jujutsu sorcerer organization in order to kill a powerful special grade curse called Ryomen Sukuna, in which Itadori is a host for. What I love. Where the hell do I begin? I love everything about this show. Jujutsu Kaisen is a great blend of action, comedy, drama, and dark fantasy. Studio Mappa did the animation for this and it does not disappoint. I actually hope that the Studio Mappa animation staff are doing okay because they animated this show as well as the final season of Attack on Titan and they both aired at the same time. So yeah, mad props to them because wow, that animation in this show is nuts. My goodness. Like I had to stop so many scenes and just like replay them and pause them and like just take it all in because it was like the framing was gorgeous. The fights are incredible. It was sort of like watching a live action fight in the sense of the camera angles they chose to shoot the fights in, and you could also feel like the intensity and the weight of each fight. The voice actors are amazing. This show was blessed with such a talented and beautiful voice cast, like many of whom I already adore. So when I was like on my anime list searching up like the voice cast, I was delighted to see so many familiar names. I love all the characters in the show. They are so distinct. They have their charms, their weaknesses, and strengths. Do I have a favorite one? No, I am like a big fangirl of many of them. Yep. Moving on. The soundtrack is off the charts. My goodness. My favorite songs would be Your Battle Is My Battle and Hurt. When I heard Hurt for the first time in episode 24, there was like this moment where I was just like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite song out of all of the OST. I need to find this on YouTube. The opening and ending songs were just great. I love them all. Next up is horimiya. Confession time. Okay, I like love romance anime. Don't get me wrong, I love like the dark, the gory, the soul-sucking, the anime that makes you question your life's purpose, the anime that like drains out any ounce of hope in your life. I love that stuff, but I am a sucker for romance anime. So horimiya is a romantic comedy drama slice of life show about a smart and popular high school student named Hori Kyoko and her seemingly total opposite of a classmate, the gloomy loner Miyamura Izumi, where by a tiny happenstance, they find themselves revealing who they truly are outside of school. And from there, they learn that first impressions aren't always right, and they begin to relate to one another as friends, and then as a couple. What I love. This romance anime has a special place in my heart. You may wonder why. I find it hard to articulate. It's just sometimes there are these shows where you know you'll always return to, and horimiya is one of them. The animation is great. The voice cast is fantastic. When I first found out that Uchiyama Koki was going to be voicing Miyamura, I was delighted because he's a great voice actor and I could totally see him as Miyamura, so I was very happy to hear that. A big reason why I love horimiya is because even though it's a slice of life show, it's never boring. The characters are so endearing and charming. The dynamic and chemistry between characters just jump out of the screen. I especially loved how they showed the main characters falling for one another. It's just so sweet. Some may say that the pacing's a bit too fast, but I personally loved it because I know that a lot of romance anime would like to spend a whole season working on the main characters to finally confessing to each other or holding hands or having their first kiss or something, whereas horimiya just gets right to the good stuff. And it's so refreshing. I love that. This show does not blow up misunderstandings out of proportion and drag this conflict out for several episodes. In horimiya, if a conflict arises, these characters eventually have to deal with it, usually within the same episode. I also relate so hard to Hori Kyoko. That's probably a big reason why I love the show. I don't relate to her in like the beauty and the popularity factors. No. Nope. I relate to her in her strengths and her weaknesses and how she's the older sister. She has a younger brother to take care of. She does the housework. And I'm quite book smart, I would say. And like Hori Kyoko, I have a thing for guys like Miyamura. I love the opening and the ending. Both are great songs. I also love the soundtrack. I was not surprised to find out that Masaru Yokoyama was the one that composed horimiya. Masaru Yokoyama did Your Lie in April and Scum's Wish, just to name a couple of his projects. So when I found out he was the composer, I knew that this show was going to be in good hands. A few of my favorite songs from the soundtrack would be Open Door, Root, Sentimental, and there's one that's actually not on the official album, but a lot of people have been calling it Please Don't Go on YouTube. That song is beautiful. Next, Attack on Titan, the final season. For this one, I'm not going to really talk much about it because I want to avoid spoiling anything for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. What I will say is that I binge watched the entire season, like all 16 episodes, in one sitting, in one night. I don't know why I do this to myself. I like really throwing myself off into the deep end and suffering. It was actually so draining for me that in between episodes of binging, I would have to pause and just like reflect and just think, oh my gosh, so this is what is at stake. This is what's going on with all these characters. If I remember correctly, this is happening with this side and this side. Yeah, I was a wreck after. Fun times. What I love, the animation this season was done by MAPPA, which was awesome. The fights are great. The voice cast is terrific as always. The soundtrack is perfection. But what I think is a big reason why I love Attack on Titan so much is because of its story. It is ever unfolding. It's so complex. There are so many philosophical conflicts at play, so many different character dynamics. You don't know who to root for or who to believe in, and that is intriguing. And also, the characters in the season, oh my goodness, they had like a massive glow up. Wow, everyone's like freaking hot in the season. Not that I would want to go through what they went to get the glow up they got, but yeah, I definitely had to pause the show quite a bit just to like take in their faces. Next up is Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. Mob Psycho 100, for those who don't know, is an action comedy slice of life supernatural show about a middle school boy named Kageyama Shigeo, who, although is awkward and quite the wallflower, is actually a powerful esper with immense psychic powers. The story follows him on his journey to learning to control his abilities with the help of his self-proclaimed psychic master, Arataka Reagan, whilst trying to live a normal life like those around him. What I love. Mob Psycho is a fantastic show. It is a masterpiece. It has like the perfect balance of action, comedy, drama, slice of life, coming of age, and supernatural all blended together. It is beautiful. I don't know what else to gush about really, because it's like, it will always have a special place in my heart. Unpopular opinion, Mob Psycho 100 is better than One Punch Man. In my opinion, in my humble opinion. Don't at me, don't hate me. Please don't dislike this video. I just had to say it. I hope someone out there agrees with me. I love all the characters. The whole cast is so endearing and charming. My favorites are Mob and Reagan, obviously. The comedy is right up my alley. It's smart, cheeky, and delightful. The animation is fantastic. Freaking fantastic. It's so versatile. The fight scenes are so much fun to watch. The soundtrack is great. The opening and ending songs are great too. I have a crush on Shigeo. Did I not tell you that already? Yeah, I have a weakness for characters that have like that duality, like the gap between them as they are and them when they have to do something powerful or important. To prevent this video from being an hour long, I'm just gonna list you a couple more shows that are on my spring favorites list. First up is Nana. This show broke me and drained me out for a week. I was left in such a sad state after watching this, and that's when you know a show is good. And this is because I saw so much of myself in one of the Nanas. It's one of those types of anime from just watching it, you feel like a mirror has been held up to your face and it's revealing a lot of parts of you that aren't pretty, that need to be worked on, that you probably need to go to therapy for. It's so realistic, very grounded. I love this show. Truly, I do, even though it broke me. And the second one is Kamisama Kiss, or Kamisama Hajimemashita. Is that how you pronounce it? I must have butchered it. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna search it up, hold on. I said it right, it just sounded wrong. Kamisama Hajimemashita. Let's move on. Please ignore that. I love the show. As I said before, I'm a sucker for romance, and this show did not disappoint. I watched all seasons and all OVAs, and I was very much satisfied. I would love to recreate that scene in the first episode where Nanami and Tomoe are falling off the tree, and they have to form the contract, if you know what I mean. And oh my god, it's such a beautiful shot. Alas, this is real life. It doesn't happen like that. Let's continue on with the favorites. Now we're going to talk about films. So I've got two that are on my favorites list this season, and the first one is Paris, Texas. Paris, Texas is a 1984 road movie, and it stars Harry Dean Stanton. It's about a man named Travis who, after reuniting with his brother and his son after 4 years of going missing, embarks on a journey to track down his long missing wife. What I love, this movie is a deep, poignant, beautifully crafted film. It's actually kind of hard for me to talk about what I liked about this film because I feel like it's still lingering within me. And that's when you know a show or a movie or any form of art is that good, because it makes you think about it long after you've experienced it. I felt nostalgic, like I was yearning for something that was lost. I felt hopeful and yet sad and sentimental. I will say, for those who enjoy fast-paced movies, this one's more of a slow burner, but it definitely does pay off. I don't even know how to describe it. You're just like a fly on the wall. You're watching these people interact, and you're just there along for the ride. The last film on my favorites list is Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel Spring Song. Yeah, it's quite a long title, but if you are familiar with the Fate franchise, you will know why. This movie is the third and final installment of the Heaven's Feel route, which is the third route of the Fate Stay Night story. I won't say much for this one because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but what I love, the animation was nuts. Holy crap. The angles, the character design, the colors, the special effects. Oh my goodness, the colors are so beautiful in this movie. It adds volumes to the story. It truly does. The fight scenes were great. That fight scene with Saber and Ryder just blew my mind. My jaw was on the floor. Like, I was left speechless watching it. I think that was probably like the best fight scene I've ever seen in anime history. The music is stunning as always, and it is composed by the beautiful and talented Kajiura Yuki. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She is an incredible composer, and she's composed some of my favorite anime like Fate Stay Night, UBW, Fate Zero, Karu no Kyokai, and Demon Slayer, just to name a few. I will say that I found the pacing a bit off for me, and I think it's because they had a lot to pack in this final movie. It's really ambitious, that's for sure. But I think if you are well versed in the Fate universe, like you know the jargon, the lore, the history, the characters, the magic system, and all that good stuff, it works just fine. And now we are on to books. So the first book I have for you is Jade War. This is the second book in Fonda Lee's Greenbone Saga trilogy. The series is about a powerful family who battles rival clans for honor and control on the island of Kekon. It's a martial arts meets Godfather fantasy drama. It's nothing I've ever read before. This is like something I was always looking for that I didn't know I wanted. The fantasy element in this book comes into play with Jade being the most ancient and prized resource on the island. The martial arts aspect comes from all the fights that the rival clans go through. And then there's the Godfather part, and that comes into play when ultimately the story is about family. It's about legacy, it's about honor. It's about a family weathering through any storm to make sure that their legacy stands the test of time. The world building is fantastic. I love all the characters and the conflicts they go through. It's so interesting to see how they have their own philosophies or beliefs and how that comes into play when they're faced with conflict. I also cried reading this book because I felt so bad for a certain character, and I'm not going to say who because I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, all I'm going to say is read this book. The next book I have is Dance, Dance, Dance by Haruki Murakami. This is the sequel to Murakami's A Wild Sheep Chase. Please read that one first before you read this one. It'll make a lot more sense. So what I love, I actually find it hard for me to articulate what I love about Murakami's work because it just makes me feel a certain way. It puts me in a certain mood. It's hard for me to just describe what I love about it because if anything, it's everything I've ever been looking for in a book. It's exactly how I would want to write. Murakami's words can put you in this trance-like state, this weird medium between like the conscious and the subconscious. I mean, his genre is surrealism and magical realism for those who don't know. My love for his work runs so deeply in my veins that at this point, I think I'm just gonna love whatever he writes. If you like reading stories that have open endings with things that are not figured out, or it leaves you in some sort of like muddled, confused, disoriented state, then Murakami is your guy. I love that feeling. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I love Murakami's work, and this book did not disappoint. And now we are on to products. Let's begin with this cosrx BHA Blackhead Power Liquid. This is basically a chemical exfoliation liquid that helps you clean up clogged pores. It also helps the skin rebuild its moisture shield. It's got willow bark water as well as niacinamide, which really helps with exfoliating and cleaning your skin without irritating it. I just want to preface this by saying that I don't know anything about skincare. I'm actually not into skincare or makeup or beauty or any of that sort. I've never been into it, but now that I'm getting older and putting more makeup on, I find that I really need to take care of my skin. And what is on my favorites list is not something I am pushing you to try, but if you're interested, you can hear my opinion. Just wanted to put that out there. With this product, I've noticed that I don't break out in places I used to. I feel like my skin is way more supple and hydrated and smooth. My skin is way softer. Yeah, I love this product. I use this about 3 to 4 times a week. Next up, I have 2 items that go hand in hand, and they are the Inkey List's Out Cleansing Balm, as well as the Inkey List's Salicylic Acid Cleanser right here. I use these two items hand in hand because I double cleanse on days when I wear makeup. I don't know much about skincare brands, but this one definitely caught my eye because they have affordable products, well produced, they're super transparent and informative with their ingredients list, which is a big plus to me. So the Oat Cleansing Balm is perfect for cleansing sensitive skin. It gently dissolves the makeup. It contains oat kernel oil, which supports your skin's moisture levels, and it also contains colloidal oatmeal, which can help soothe irritation. This 2% salicylic acid cleanser helps to reduce blackheads and breakouts whilst removing makeup off your face. Apparently it's great for blemish prone and oily skin. I don't have that. I have like combination dry, but this has not made my skin dry at all. And now for the homeware item, I have this lunch box, this bento box that I got off Amazon. I love this guy. I've been bringing it out with me every time I have outdoor lunches or picnics with myself or with my friends. Just packing my food in a cute lunchbox and making my food look really cute and pretty makes my day, quite frankly. It's like the little things in life. And let me just open it up for you. It's just 2 levels, comes with cutlery, comes with chopsticks as well as a spoon. And it's as simple as that. I chose this color because I wanted it to be very easy on the eyes. I didn't want anything too fancy. It is microwavable and I think it's also dishwasher safe, which is helpful. I love this. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more during the summer when I have more outdoor lunches. And that's it. Those were my current favorites for this season. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten up to here, thank you. Wow, I did a lot of talking. I'm definitely gonna have to hydrate later. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it truly does help the channel out. And yeah, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.